So I thought I'd talk about the nature of emotions. So emotions are actually pretty tricky because they're so in our body. It's not just a thought, it's really an energetic pattern that lives in our nervous system. So people often have difficulty with at least one or two emotions. It keeps on coming up. It keeps on coming up. And it often can create havoc in a person's life. So I think the difficulties for a lot of people is letting emotions fully evolve. When you can let an emotion fully through you, it actually is a release. But the difficult thing is people will feel like 2/3 of their emotion and then it feels like too scary. Right? Like my fear is too much, or my anger was too much, so they kind of clamp it down and it holds in your body. And that makes sense, right? Because if it does flow out into your life, it could cause destruction. But in psychotherapy, and maybe just generally advice would be, if you can let that emotion flow even more and let it go to its end point, it'll evolve, it'll change into something else. So a lot of people cry, right? Crying. They're like, I'm always crying, and that never goes anywhere, right? But maybe they're not crying deep enough. If you can let that grief hit you energetically even more, then there's the resolution, then it comes out. And it's a process. It's a process to emotionally be able to emotionally process this deep reservoir of energetic emotionality that lives within inside of us. So that's what people can do in psychotherapy. It gives like a constant container to get to know these deep energetic parts of ourselves and to be able to process them in a safe and contained way. Because they pack a punch. There's a lot of energy to emotion. And so having therapy, it's like a safe container to be able to actually process these things in a way that's therapeutic.